everyone, Joy the Hustler here. I have some great opportunities out of Amazon that I'm going to be bringing to you today. We're going to take a look at some executive assistant opportunities, customer care opportunities, and then some claims specialist opportunities. But before I get into that, you guys got to hang on. I want to play a really quick video. It's a success story of someone who actually works at Amazon right now. So just stay tuned just for a minute, and then we're going to get right into it. Isn't that cool? Really, really exciting there from someone who actually works at Amazon Ravina. So anyway, let's get right into the first job, which is called the Executive Assistant Monitoring and Observability. Ooh, got tongue twisted there. All right. So let's take a look at this and what they're looking for in this position. So this is from the administrative support department in Amazon. They're looking for someone who is going to come in as an executive assistant to one of their VPs. It says right here, they're looking for an exceptionally bright, well-organized, and self-motivated executive assistant to support the VP of the AWS AMO team. This person is going to be driven, bright, motivated individual with a history of high performance to support their organization. Some of the key responsibilities: this person will manage complex calendars and scheduling with diplomacy and discretion, organize, prioritize, and appropriately handle time-sensitive and confidential information, and ensure action required is addressed in a timely manner. So really, they're looking for an executive assistant for the VP of the AWS AMO team. And if you've done any work, that involves organization, being disciplined, being able to schedule meetings on a calendar and Outlook, answering phones, act as a dotted line lead to the other executive assistants, since you're going to be the executive assistant to the VP. So there are other folks in his or her management team that also have executive assistants. So you will be that lead person, the lead of the other EAs. You'll schedule cost-effective air, hotel, ground transportation for the VP. Coordinate closely with recruiting teams, facility teams, HR teams, other executive assistants within the AWS FDS team and Amazon community. Track and help drive completion of key deliverables and follow up on outstanding items, to include meeting notes and action items. So if you have worked as an executive assistant in any of your past jobs, you've done any kind of clerical work, setting up flights, for the VP. I really do think that this position is still out there. They're looking for somebody because they're looking for the right person. And when I think about this position, I think about somebody who is humble, but yet assertive and professional. That is the kind of person they're looking for. Someone who's disciplined, who can work in a high-paced environment, but virtually, right? So you're going to need to be proactive. That's the kind of, and if all the things I'm saying describe who you are, you want to hop right on this as quickly as possible. And I'm going to put the link in the description section of this video so you can grab it there and apply directly on the Amazon website. So key job responsibilities that they have outlined here: exceptional management of multiple complex calendars. We talked about that earlier. Just tracking, helping drive things to completion for the VP. You never want this person to have to follow up with you. You're the one following up with any loose strings, making sure that people have communicated back, any outstanding items that are due to the VP, managing group logistics. Obviously, this person travels a lot domestically and internationally. You want to stay on top of the schedule. Complete and file expense reports, again, for the VP is what I would think this person is doing. So you're really a virtual executive assistant, someone that he or she can depend on to do all the logistical planning of their work life. Okay, basic qualifications: knowledge of Microsoft Office products and applications, experience with Microsoft Office products and applications. That's pretty basic. If you know Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, that's going to come in handy. Preferred qualifications, experience leading process improvements, experience in a fast-paced, high-tech company, experience designing processes to maximize efficiency. This, really, really basic things here that they're looking for. In terms of the salary, the most important thing, the base pay for this position ranges from 59,400 in their lowest geographic market up to 142,800. You're talking about six figures here. So you're looking at anywhere from $30 an hour to $72 an hour, depending on your experience, depending on your location. I would really, really shoot for the top end of this salary pay. The pay is based on a number of factors, including your market, your skill set, your experience. Amazon is a total compensation company. Um, they will also give you, dependent on the position offered, equity, sign-on payments, and other forms of compensation may be provided as part of the total compensation package. Obviously, you get your medical, dental, financial, other benefits. So this is a really, really great position. It does not require a degree or any kind of certification. It requires a professional person, someone who's proactive, someone who can work in a high-paced environment, someone who's organized. An EA, an executive assistant, or a virtual assistant, if you've done any kind of clerical work in the past, this is for you. And they have not filled this position, which is why they keep updating it. So you want to definitely hop on this one. All right. So that is the executive assistant monitoring and observability position out of Amazon. All right. So before we move on to the customer care position, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these claims positions they have coming out of Amazon. All right, so these are all virtual, like as I mentioned to you. Right now at Amazon, there is a department called the Delivery Service Partner Offer and Expansion Team. This particular team, they manage all the claims within Amazon, and they are looking to hire, from the looks of this, at least 4 different claims type positions. Okay, so you've got the auto liability and injury claim specialist. You've got the auto liability and property damage claim specialist. Then you've got bodily injury and litigation auto claims examiner. You've got a couple of those, as you can see down here, and all these were recently posted and also recently updated. So let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of these. All right. So the auto liability and injury claims specialist out of the last mile claims team. Remember, I mentioned they are looking to recruit at least 4 resources into this team. So the essential duties of this particular position within the last mile claims team, the successful candidate will support and report to a risk manager, focusing on claims management with the possibility of adjudication, process improvement, and third-party programs. Your duties will include, but are not limited to, the following: claims management of auto property damage, work with business units to implement strategies to limit complex high-value claims and contain costs, work closely with third-party administrator and insurance carrier partners to drive continuous improvement, collaborate with internal and external teams to accomplish shared program goals, and you can read the rest of it. So basically, within Amazon, since they've, obviously transportation business, they've got a lot of their trucks on the road. I'm sure there are accidents that happen, and they are looking for a couple of folks to manage the auto liability and injury claim specialists that may be put out against them, really, and to manage that in-house for them. Some of your key responsibilities: you'll need to have high-value complex auto property damage and you will need to manage high-value complex auto property damage and bodily injury claims. You'll need to work closely with third-party administrators, insurance companies, collaborate with internal and external teams, work across teams to share ideas, influence change, and deliver project results. So this is a great, great, great position. When you think about companies like Geico, Allstate, State Farm, that handle accidental type claims, auto and injury type claims. This is the same type of work that you will be doing here at Amazon, and they're looking for folks who have experience with that. They're looking for 5 years experience in adjudicating auto liability and auto physical damage. They're also looking for 5 years experience in adjudicating moderate to complex bodily injury claims that include litigation, 3 years of claims leadership experience, a thorough understanding of the litigation process and claims handling from inception to resolution, a valid property and casualty adjuster's license. So this is not their area of business, but this is something that they need to manage because they do have a lot of their trucks on the road, and accidents do happen. Preferred qualifications, fleet or commercial auto claims experience. This is preferred, not required. Understanding of total loss and subrogation processes. And here are some of the certifications, but none of that is required. But there is something that you do need. You need a valid property and casualty adjuster's license. And that goes without saying, for a company like Amazon, you definitely want your adjuster's license. Okay. All right, so that is the auto liability and injury claims specialist, last mile claims team. They're vigorously looking to fill this position. All right, let's look at another type of claims position, and this is the bodily injury and litigation auto claims examiner. And this is for logistics claims management, logistics claims management under Amazon. Okay, so they are looking for a talented claims professional to support their rapidly growing and evolving global auto program. You will lead strategy on complex bodily injury auto claims, handling pre-litigation disputes, and resolving litigated claims with cross-functional partners. Further, you will help develop programs and tools that contain cost and continue successful third-party administrator strategies and relationships. Being Amazon, the multi-billion-dollar company that they are, people are going to want to file claims against them and get money. And they are also going to do things that is going to require people to file claims against them. So they're looking for someone to come in and help them with bodily injury and litigation auto claims examination, hopefully trying to resolve a lot of these disputes before they go to litigation. And for cases that have gone to litigation, help them to mitigate them and to the most successful end. All right, so essential duties: you'll need to manage moderate and complex bodily injury litigated claims, work with business units to implement strategies to limit complex high-value claims and contain costs. Again, someone who can come in and help them to reduce the risk, the better. So if you have experience with this, with mediation, settlement strategies, working with business partners to mitigate claims, to resolve claims, and get money paid out where required, while containing costs. That is the kind of person that they're looking for. The basic qualifications here is 5 years experience adjudicating moderate to complex bodily injury claims. 3 years experience in transportation claims management, including fleets or large auto claim programs. Must have your active adjuster license, once again for this one, and knowledge of the litigation process and claims handling from inception to resolution. Okay, and some of the preferred qualifications are down there in regards to the type of certifications, ARM, CPCU, and similar designations. So this is what they're looking for in that last mile team. This is the same last mile product and technology organization under the delivery service partner offer and expansion team. They are looking for folks who can help them with claims examination and management. All right, so we didn't talk about the pay here. The pay here, again, you're looking at $59,300 on the low end, and you're looking up to $142,800 on the high end, depending on where you're located and your experience and skills, plus bonus, plus a really good medical dental package, benefits package. So these are all things that you want to consider. If you've got that adjuster license, if you've worked someplace else for any kind of insurance company in the past, and you've done claims management, this is definitely something you want to check out and apply to immediately, because they don't seem to have found the people they're looking for these positions. All right, now let's move on over to the customer service manager position. So this is a really cool one. This is also a work from home virtual position, and it's for their Blink team. Blink was the result of one of the most successful crowdfunding campaigns ever, and is now part of Amazon devices. So Blink is kind of like Amazon's Ring system. It's their smart cameras for homes. For security, so that's what Blink is. That's the suite of products under Blink. So, as the Blink's customer service manager, you will focus on all aspects of customer satisfaction and care. Supervise our global customer service and technical support resources and foster positive relationships with our customers. You will provide and promote excellent customer service within the organization and find unique ways to deal with customer concerns. This is virtual. It says the role must be located in Texas, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, or Florida. But it's any you will be working virtually. Okay, so I would disregard those states that they put up there. The key responsibilities is, I mean, this again goes back to if you've got customer service experience in your past, you will really just, carry over, you can transfer those skills into this particular role. It's a manager role, but once again, the types of things they're asking you to do is what a customer care coordinator, specialist, or customer experience type of position would have done in their past. So you'll help to develop and implement customer service procedures, policies, and standards. So, documentation of those things. And when you come into big companies like Amazon, they typically have documentation already. You just want to take that to the next level. Bring in your own spin, put it on there, revise it, repackage it, and put your own stamp on it. So measure customer satisfaction and improve services, communicate with customers via phone, email, and chat, investigate and solve complex customer problems. Again, these are all your customer base are those who are using their the Blink suite of products. Okay. Analyze statistics or other data to determine the level of service the team is providing. So if you've worked in a help desk, you're familiar with the type of statistics or metrics that show that your team is actually doing well in terms of servicing your customers. It might be, the amount of time it takes you to respond or to resolve issues that customers are asking for. Identify and eliminate barriers to accuracy, productivity, and quality. Manage workforce. So you have a team that you're responsible for managing and planning their work. Okay, basic qualifications: 3 years of experience as a contact center support manager, 3 years experience with workforce planning and budget management. Again, managing the budget. I'm sure they are going to give you a budget for your team, what you're allowed to spend on, how much you can spend. You will need to determine how you're going to spend that money, planning the work of your team. 3 years experience building teams and employee development plans. So you will also be responsible for performance evaluations of your team members. So, they all report to you, work with them, inspire them, mentor them, that type of good stuff. So preferred qualifications, they're looking for a bachelor's degree in computer science or science. Again, this is preferred, not required. Strong interpersonal verbal skills, even though that's preferred, I'd highlight that on your resume anyway. Ability to understand technical issues, but focused on people management and customer satisfaction. And that's what it really comes down to, is pleasing the customer, making sure that you keep them as a customer. Ability to function in an ambiguous, fast-paced work environment, experience in consumer-focused customer service and IoT devices. German, French, or Italian translator. I mean, these are all preferred. You do not need to speak German, French, or Italian, but if you do know, understand, or can speak any one of those languages, translate any one of those languages, that would be a plus for them. And so that is it, my friends. This is what I have from Amazon. I would say jump on these as quickly as possible. These are all virtual, remote work from home positions. I will put all the links for the positions discussed today in the description box. Happy hunting and take care. Till next time. Bye bye.